Hello everybody, how are you? This is Karthik Poovanam. I'm a leadership coach, author and a travel explorer. How are you? Today I want to share with you some insights about evil eye. Does evil eye exist? And does it have an impact on your life? Well, if you're someone who is weak-hearted, scary, you must immediately stop this video right now, because there will be some insights which I will be sharing with you which will rattle and shackle all that you think. If you're someone who wants to live in ignorance and get affected by the suffering and not know the cause of the suffering, stop this video right now, because I will be sharing with you the profound truths which will have all kinds of logical and intellectual backings. So let's begin. My first encounter with evil eye, in Hindi they say nazar, in Tamil they say kannu pattuduthu, in Malayalam they say kannu kondu, in Sanskrit also it's almost like nazar. This happens because of deep jealousiness that happens in a collection of people or with certain individuals. It happens basically and more vulnerable to this kind of a possibility. It's not a possibility. This is a kind of vicious shit which is happening. This vicious shit of evil eye, and those who are more vulnerable to it are young children, they're infants. You know, there have been any number of occasions where you might have also noticed this happening to your members in the family, that a small baby keeps crying. They take them to the doctor, they take them here, nothing, the baby still keeps crying, and an old lady in the house just comes, she just takes certain things in the hand and she swirls around the baby for almost like 3 times and then puts it in the fire, and immediately in 3 minutes time the baby stops crying. Any number of instances where you feel low and you go to a temple and they put the tirtham on your face and instantly you feel charged. Has it happened to you? You are very recently an experience to that. What did you feel?
I felt instantly energized and completely different from how I was feeling. I was feeling low for such a long time, and it was an instant difference, and I just started laughing out of joy.
1 minute. Tell, what did you do? You instantly, what happened?
I was feeling low for a very long time, and
Okay.
I was even crying out of my low feelings.
Okay.
And when energized water was sprinkled by you on me, I just instantly started laughing. Even now when I remember, there was a complete 180-degree shift, and I felt so light out of joy, and I was jumping and laughing in joy. I felt completely different.
High five.
High
Jai
five.
Balaji.
Jai Balaji.
Now, the person who is saying this, let me come once again. Can you tell me what is your profession?
I'm a doctor.
Okay. This is not happening to somebody who is, see, when you're protected, this is what happens. When you're protected, you are absolutely, and this is not something that I did intentionally, just slipping. So we are constantly under certain influences which bother us, which tends to have a bothering impact, which affects us from within, and we need to be protected. So what you just heard about how this doctor has felt wonderful, it's not coming from some kind of a illiterate. It's coming from a well-educated doctor. And I have seen this happening to any number of people who are highly qualified from IIMs, IITs, Stanford, Harvard, MIT, Princeton universities. People have been in places in London, and I learnt a particular technique where I could energize the water. And this is something which I want to share with you. When a scientist whom I knew, who was a nuclear scientist who did a great amount of research, he shared with me a link about a scientist in Japan called as Dr. Masaru Emoto. And he was speaking about how water has an incredible capacity to heal, and how it stores emotions, and how it can actually create a biochemical impact when you are inducing it in a certain way, when you are able to charge it in a powerful way. And he is a scientist, and obviously he's done some research, he's taken photographs, he's shown the molecular arrangements of how they are transformed inside the water when it is sprayed, when it is kept in an environment which is having positive chanting, and how when you abuse it, how it really rattles out. So many things he has done, and so many experiments he has done. But I feel the old lady in your house, whom you may call as grandmother, knows the science so deeply. The old people in our homes were rich. They may not be, I don't agree with many of the things that they do, but these are certain things that they were aware of, they were sensitive about. I've seen any number of people who were doing very well in business and suddenly gone into losses. Coming personally to me, whenever I post certain photographs of mine in certain places, I often feel the very same day I feel low. I remember this incident when I was doing a workshop for a very, very big, a huge and powerful and the top automobile companies in Stuttgart. And I was driving from Paris to Stuttgart, and that day I had posted some photographs of mine, and I missed my flight that day to Zurich for a very, very important engagement. And suddenly, I was feeling low. I instantly could understand that it was an impact of energy, some jealousy, vibes. And I used this water. I took a glass of water, I charged it in a certain way, and I drank it. It's very, very simple. Why does this happen? It happens because you agree or you don't agree. We are constantly under the influence of jealousy vibes for people. Now I'm in these spaces. Now I live a life. No, I'm not a materialistic person, okay? Now people think, okay, Karthik, you drive a BMW X3, you have gone to like so many countries, you socialize with people who are in positions of power and authority. How do you claim yourself not to be materialistic? Materialistic person is someone who is constantly thinking about materialism. I am thinking about the freedom, the joy, the ability to spend my time with my loved ones, and to be able to experience life all the time. And for that we are living in a capitalistic society where everything has a price tag. And I choose a profession called as life coaching, which allows me to calibrate myself and add more value to my clients, choose certain clients, and create freedom. Be in these spaces. And whenever I'm in these spaces, a lot of people get jealous, and it impacts energetically. All the time it impacts energetically. I feel low in energy levels. Sometimes, my camera falls down. Sometimes when I remember this, having shot more than 300 videos of mine when I was starting my lecture series with the top commandos with the Indo-Tibetan border police who were stationed in Ladakh, to shooting in absolutely fabulous locations. And I posted certain photos, and immediately my phone went away. It cracked, and then after that I repaired it, and after that I lost it also. So these things, are they a result? How can you be 100% sure that it is not a result of your incompetence to handle the phone in a careful way, your carelessness because of which the phone has slipped? Well, these are the reasons at the surface. As they say, for any consequence, what we have is there is an effect and there is this cause. It's a cause and effect. The game is of the cause and the effect. And you need to know that if you keep looking at the effect, at the surface it looks, if my phone has fallen down, it's carelessness, the effect. But what is a cause? And only when you dive deep into the cause can you have the solution. Can you have what it means to come out from all these vibes? Otherwise, you will constantly be subjected, neglected. I know some top IPS officers, who are very close to me, and very senior high ranking IPS officers in the rank of additional DGPs. They have told me many a times, Karthik, and they have also shared certain things, what to do mentally, because jealousiness really impacts our life. It impacts, the way in which we feel within. So whenever you are feeling low, one thing, if you are there in this video so far, I want to give you a gift. One simple thing that you do is wash your face. Induce water. When you're washing your face with positive charge, with some positive thoughts. I want to feel energized. I don't want to feel like this. I don't want to feel low. Use that very strong affirmation and wash your face. And secondly, internally declare and connect to a particular energy form. See, I connect to Lord Balaji. I say Jai 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 Balaji. Why do I say that? Lord Balaji is a very, very powerful presence and a very great spiritual entrepreneur whom I've ever encountered. See, I spend most of my time with entrepreneurs doing workshops, and I can tell you there are entrepreneurs even in the spiritual realm, very efficient, and their corporate social responsibility is very high, 100 times higher. And I will speak much in detail about this in another video. But so amazing I feel, so charged I feel, so energized I feel. So this is no superstition. Evil eye definitely impacts every one of us. So when you feel low in life, when you feel low in energy, when you feel things are suddenly going against you, it's because of the evil eye. So one thing, if you want to stop this happening from your life, consciously or unconsciously, we all feel jealous because it comes from the spring of unconsciousness. So somewhere ask yourself for forgiveness. So knowingly or unknowingly, you may have felt jealous for somebody's growth, for somebody's well-being. You might have not felt good that they are doing good. You may have felt envious. So seek for forgiveness from the higher forces. And may the higher forces make you feel more vibrant, because now you really want to think good and high and feel nice about the people who are having a good time. This is very, very important. And in this way, you will feel very, very good and most of the time be free from the evil effects of, the evil eye. Good day, everybody. And may you know the power of living a life in vibrancy.